The ghostly whispers of the haunted library. They say books can speak to us, but what if they whispered secrets long after their authors were gone? Within the creaking shelves of a forgotten library, time stands still, and something waits. Welcome to a place where stories live on, some bound in ink and paper, others etched in ghostly silence. This is the ghostly whispers of the haunted library. In 1892, the Brackenridge Public Library opened its doors in the sleepy town of Elridge Hollow. Funded by a wealthy philanthropist named Elias Brackenridge, the building was a gift to the town, a monument to learning and literature. Its halls once echoed with the laughter of school children, the rustling of newspapers, the rhythmic tap of typewriters. But behind its grandeur was a history steeped in tragedy. Elias's wife, Margaret, a poet and avid book collector, died unexpectedly just weeks before the library's dedication. Legend says Elias built a hidden alcove in her memory, a private room where her personal collection remains untouched to this day. Over the next century, fires, mysterious illnesses, and disappearances plagued the staff. And through it all, one thing remained constant: the whispering. Urban explorers and ghost hunters have described the place as alive, not in a comforting way, but with a kind of quiet awareness. The whispers are most often heard near the poetry wing, where Margaret's personal collection was housed. One explorer recalled hearing a voice say, "You're not supposed to be here." Another described seeing a shadow cross the stained glass window, but there was no one outside. The temperature dropped sharply in room 213, once the children's reading area. Staff reported toys moving, and books appearing on shelves that hadn't been touched in years. Every haunting has a human story. The first known tragedy occurred in 1904. A librarian named Josephine Vale was found dead in the archives, a rare book clutched to her chest. No signs of injury, just a frozen expression of fear. Her last journal entry? "There's something between the shelves. It waits when the lights go out." In 1931, a young boy named Charlie went missing in the library. A week later, he was found unharmed in a sealed-off maintenance crawlspace, clutching a book from Margaret Brackenridge's private collection. He never spoke again. And then there's the librarian who stayed after hours to catalog donations. She reported hearing footsteps, voices reciting poetry, and the smell of old perfume before the lights burst above her. She never returned to work. Paranormal teams have investigated the site over the years. Many enter skeptics and leave believers. One group recorded a clear EVP of a woman whispering, "Finish the story." EMF spikes are strongest near the hidden alcove behind the poetry wing. Investigators discovered a small locked room lined with Margaret's poetry volumes, many of which were never published. One poem was found open on the floor. Ink fades but memory stays. The quiet speaks in ghostly phrase. One breath, one sigh, one endless wait. Behind these books, I linger, I wait. A thermal camera captured a full-body silhouette near the fireplace. No one was present in the room at the time. Digging deeper into town records reveals more oddities. A series of donations made in Elias Brackenridge's name decades after his death, always on Margaret's birthday. A hidden basement level beneath the archives sealed in 1947, allegedly due to structural instability. And a former custodian who claimed to have seen Margaret herself wandering the hallways at dusk. The past doesn't stay buried in Elridge Hollow, one archivist warned. It lives here in ink, in wood, in whispers. The haunted library is more than just creaks and cold spots. It's a mausoleum of memories, a sanctuary of unfinished stories. Whether the whispers are echoes of the past, or something else entirely, one thing is certain: these stories demand to be heard. As long as the books remain, the spirits will too. Do you believe libraries can be haunted? Have you ever heard the whispers of the past calling out to you? Leave a comment with your thoughts or any ghostly experiences you've had in forgotten places like this. And if you're drawn to the darkness like we are, subscribe for more haunted history, dark crime, and ghost documentaries every week.